Hello everybody, welcome to, look at this, there is finally a new Super Auto Pets update, not a beta patch, but a full-on update. Look at this. Arkuni on the Discord says, new update. This one took a while to get out because we have been renovating our backend and had to make sure everything was working. Next up, iOS release. After that, the expansion pack and custom packs. We'll start teasing the new pets as the new art comes in. Keep an eye on our Twitter. Now this is exciting. I already know of a few animals that are in the pack due to some issues that they had with the test server where, I don't know if it was necessarily an issue, but you could see names of some animals. Like you could see that there's going to be, I think a porcupine and like some other kind of cat. And there was a whole bunch of stuff that you could find out on the test versions. But I'm excited. I will, of course, keep you all updated as they put up new images, new animals. But for now, let's go through the patch notes. So, a lot of these are similar to the test versions that they've been putting out, like the test updates over here. For those who don't know, you can check out the test updates and get access to this stuff early. It's like a beta version. But for now, let's discuss what actually came through. Added filters for public versus, similar to Arena. So this is like filtering between the packs that you own or packs that, or any pack. Added match wins to stat page. 10 trophies in an arena are being last survivor in versus. So it doesn't just say matches played and trophies won. It'll actually tell you like how many matches you've won proper. It'll just give you a hard number. Added Hall of Fame and replayed mode filters. This I actually have no idea what it means. Oh, you know what this is? This is so you can filter between like versus and arena, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty cool. That's nice. I've been enjoying the Hall of Fame and replay mode a lot, so I'm glad that we have more control over that. I hope they keep expanding that. Added feature to allow flexible number of players in private match. This is the best change ever because I remember during Media Night on the Discord, by the way, come join Media Night. We play SAP sometimes. So make sure you join so you can get in on the action. It's a lot of fun. I do remember many times we were setting up a match and I would be like, okay, there's 5 people in the voice chat, including myself. So now I have to set up a match that has 4 people and then everyone, or sorry, 5 people. And then everyone else would start joining. And now we had to add 6 people. And then 2 more people joined and only one of them wanted to join. And then I had to do the math and be like, oh my God, it's so difficult to figure out what amount of players I need because basic mathematics is very difficult. So this will just allow you to be like, okay, I assume what this allows you to do is you set like, oh, max players 10. And as people keep joining, you just go, okay, I have 8. No one else is going to join. Okay, start the game. Added feature to turn a private versus game into a public one. That's really nice. Yeah, that'll be fun. Once again, you can populate the versus room with a bunch of your friends or a bunch of people that you want to have there, and then you can just turn it public and go up against random people. It would be really fun. Added new life system option for versus where you lose 1 life per remaining enemy minion. Once again, I am all for this stuff. This only adds more option and more variety to the way that games carry out, so I'm okay with this. This is fantastic. So now we have 1 loss means you lose 1 life. Then we have standard HP loss like you have in Arena, right? Where you lose like 3, you lose 2 after on turn 3 or later, and then after turn 5, I think you start losing 3 or something. So that's good. More options there. Added proper sound and music sliders like a real big boy game. Once again, good change. Allows more fine tuning. There's a lot of times where I'm editing videos and I just have to like keep clicking so it just shuts up because sometimes I need screenshots from within the game. So I'm glad that we have an option to just slide it. At a glance, it'll be easier to do it, and you don't just have to cycle from 0 to 50 to 100 to 150 to 200 or whatever it was. So I'm excited about that. Add a game title while the game is preloading. Oh my God, amazing! I have seen this. Good. Change so players in versus won't be matched up against the same opponent in 2 consecutive turns. This is excellent. I remember once again during Media Night, I kept going up against my friend Kitten, and we went up against each other. It must have been like 10 times in a row, and it was insane. And I never got to play against other people because it was just us going up against each other over and over and over. It sucked. Change the heart loss sound effect to something less heartstroke inducing. What is this music? Excuse me, I'm changing that. There we go. Change the pet click sound to something less thumpy. I don't know if the devs watched my video, but I was like, this thumpy noise is so distracting, so I hope they made it something nice. I guess we'll have to see. Changed ordering of events. Honey badgers will draw, elephant will trigger herd abilities before the attack, and a bunch of other changes. This is something that's going to require a lot of research here. Based on the beta, they said that they changed a lot of fundamental aspects of the game, how it works from a base level, so we're going to have to do some research on that and figure out how that works. Padded the change log to feel important, I understand. Bug fixes. Fixed stats not being gathered correctly. No biggie. Fixed fly trigger counting down incorrectly. I assume what this means is if you had like a bus, or you have like a deer at the front, right? You had 5 animals, then you had a deer at the front. I know the infected player has made a video on this, so I assume this is what they're referring to. You'd have a deer at the front, and it would die and summon a bus, and the fly would not be able to spawn because you're at capacity. I'm pretty sure it would still count down, so I think they fixed it, which is very good. That was one of the more frustrating ways to lose. Like, whether, you know, you think the fly is overpowered or not, that still is an unintended interaction, which always felt really bad. So I'm glad that they fixed that. Fixed getting stuck when pressing pause at the end of the battle. I don't know what that is. Fixed Discord link. I don't know what that is. Fixed email confirmation. Hopefully. I don't know what that is. I thought I confirmed my email. Fixed disappearing text. I don't know what that means. And now here's the balance changes. Changed whale to 3-8. I don't know. I never really had a problem with the whale, but it has felt a little bit more potent in the test, so I'm glad for that. I'm glad that that's a thing. Especially since now it's a tier 5, right? They moved it up to tier 5, so I'm glad they've given it some more stats there to make up for its tier increase. Sorry, I'm posting emotes here. Change Swan to 1-3. I'll be real with you, I don't think this change really matters. People are still gonna run Swan, and it won't matter at all. So I don't know. Change T-Rex ability to not to affect itself. Once again, I still think people are going to run it, but I guess at least this means that you have to deal with one less, like 20/20 at the back. Change Dragon ability to not to affect itself. I'm glad they reverted the weird change. During the beta, they had a weird change where it had a set amount of charges that it could use, and then it would stop, and it would also not buff itself, and it was kind of trash. So I'm glad they reverted that, and, you know, if it's not affecting itself, so be it. Once again, less 20/20s that you have to deal with at the back. And this also, interestingly, not affecting itself actually means that running 2 dragons might actually may hear me out because I know capacity is a problem, but running 2 dragons instead of 1 level 2 dragon may actually be something that could be considered in very niche situations, which is interesting, I think. Change monkey ability to give +2/+3. Good. I mean, during the beta, but when it started, I was like, why are you buffing? Like, why are you nerfing the monkey? It doesn't seem that bad. And then during the beta, I ran into, it was like turn 9, and I would run into like a 40-43 fish, and I would be like, okay, well, with like 2 monkeys at the back. So change Peacock to 2/5 and ability to hurt, gain 50% attack with charges. Okay, so this change did go through. I still think the Peacock is kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm glad that this is a thing. It does mean that you have to buff it less, because I thought it's better now, but I still think it's kind of ass. As it stands, I think hurt abilities are just kind of bad because they're not really worth running past a certain point in the game, because most things just kind of wreck you. Like, if you're going up against a 50-50 with melon armor, right? You're going up against a 50-50 with melon armor, and you hit it, or sorry, you're going up against a 50-50 peacock with melon, or sorry, let's even do like, yeah, because if you're a 50-50, there's no point in having that ability. But let's just assume for a second, you're going up against like a 40-40 peacock, and you have a 50-50. and it has melon armor. You hit it, and now it has 20 HP, and now it has 50 attack. Oh boy! And then you hit it again, and it just dies. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. I assume this is supposed to be like an early game unit, but I don't understand. Maybe in case it gets hit by a mosquito, maybe this is like a mosquito counter. It gains 50% attack, so if you have like a 20 attack unit or a 20 attack peacock, it turns into a 30 attack, and then you kind of go hog wild. But it really falls off because once it has high enough stats, this really doesn't end up mattering too much. Change snail ability to give +1/+1. Now this is interesting. I never thought that the snail was a problem, but that's because I never really kept the snail around for too long. Apparently, what people will do is fill the shop up with like five snails, and then just go insano style on them by keeping them frozen, losing, and then continuing to buy a bunch of stuff. A bunch of snails in order to abuse the charges, so, or the buff. So I don't know. I guess this is a good change. Change rat ability to summon dirty rat up front. I had a good time with this, but I could never get I could never get it to work. But this is better than what it used to be. I'm pretty sure, because now you actually have something to induce hurt trigger. And change duck to 1/3. This I don't think was in the beta patch, but it seems fairly harmless. 1/3. If you hit it with an apple now, or you just combine 2 ducks, you already have like a 2/4, which is pretty potent, honestly. First shop, you get a duck, and then you just hit it with an apple, or you combine maybe both. You could have like a 3/5 on turn 1, but I don't think that's necessarily super good because you're gonna run into some dangerous creatures there, and you're only gonna have 1 unit, right? Probably. Let me see. You can still buy 1 more, I think. You buy a duck. You have to buy 2 ducks. No, then you're stuck with 1 unit. So I don't know. Anyway, this is the update. I'm excited to see what they're doing for the expansion and custom packs, and I'll keep you all updated if I see anything on Twitter. So thank you guys so much for someone reacted using mine. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you feel about the patch. This is a lot smaller patch in terms of balance than I originally thought, because I think they were doing some wild stuff here. But this is all very good. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to the developers for all the continued support on the game and continuing to... Well, I mean, obviously, it's making them that money. So they would have to support it. But thank you guys so much for continuing to... All this quality of life. You never had to do a lot of these things, but yet you still did it, and I appreciate it. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get up out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your viewership. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Once again, tell me how you feel about the changes. Also, this music compilation that I'm using is not mine. It is a RimWorld music compilation that was uploaded to YouTube, so I will make sure to credit it in the description, so go check that out. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one.